This is an introduction to Command and Color's Ancients, and we're going to discuss infantry and how basic infantry works. If you look at the unit types, there is green, blues, and reds. The lighter units are usually designed for ranged fires attacks. They are weaker in close combat. The medium types are stronger in close combat, and your heavies are the strongest. All infantry start with 4. And the warriors have an advantage. When they're at full strength, they get extra dice. So looking at the light infantry, which is this type of unit here, starts with 4 blocks. It can move 2. It can fire at a range of 2. If it stands and doesn't move, it can fire 2 dice. If it moves, it orders 1. If it moves, it fires 1. It may get into close combat. And if it does get into close combat, it fires 2 dice. It may ignore a flag if it's in a formation that allows it to ignore flags. It does not hit on swords. It can evade an attack against it and only hits on greens. And if it's successful in forcing the enemy to go backwards or elimination, it may advance. If a retreat is rolled against it, it goes back 2 hexes. So give you an example. We're going to order this unit. He's going to move. And if he does a ranged attack, he'll attack this unit here and fire 1 dice. If he rolls a green, which he did, that unit would take a hit. Since it's a ranged attack, that unit cannot battle back. And that's it for the turn. Light bow infantry also have a range of 2. A fire range of 3. Very similar to the lights in most respects. So from standing here, he can actually do an attack standing. So since he's not moving, he gets his full 2 dice. Rolls 2. And it's a miss because it's a leader and a heavy. Since it's a ranged attack, he does not get to fire back. And the nice thing about him being here is the only unit that can reach him is the light bow. The light slings also have a range of 3. From this distance, they can't reach the enemy. So if I were to order him, he would have to move 1 to attack the enemy. He would roll 1 die and hit on a green. And he does. That enemy is reduced, and that would be the end of the order. Auxilia can move 1 or 2 spaces. Their fire range is 2 hexes. If they stand, they get 2 dice. If they move, they get 1 die. They may close combat. And if they move 2 spaces, they cannot close combat. In close combat, they get 3 dice, as opposed to holding and getting 2 or moving and getting 1. They may ignore flags, if in formation. And that's pretty much it. So, an Auxilia can move here and fire 1 dice. And that would be a hit. If the Auxilia was here and moved 1 space for close combat, he could attack with 3 dice. So a discussion on evading. The opponent may decide to evade at this point. If we stand and fight, we hit on swords and we hit on greens. Also retreats for light slings. He would have to retreat 2 spaces if he wasn't supported, but he is. So let's say he wants to evade. So that means he has opted to run away 2 hexes away from the battle. The auxiliary fires its 3 dice, but the light sling does not get the battle back. So it's 1 hit. This does not count as a hit because he selected to evade, and he has to retreat back 2 spaces. Now if he decided not to evade, and that same hit would apply, he would take 2 hits instead of 1, and then get the battle back with 2 dice, because the light sling battles at 2 dice in close combat. And that would be 1 hit against the auxiliary. The medium does not have a ranged attack, so he can't attack from there. So if we order him, move him up, we opt to do the attack. Mediums cannot evade, so the enemy, looking at the evade rule, may not evade. So warriors can't evade, auxilia cannot evade, medium infantry cannot evade, and heavies cannot evade. They must fight. So the medium infantry, looking across the chart, gets 4 dice in close combat. So that's a light is a miss, a cross swords is a hit because he's in close combat, a heavy is a miss, and a banner is a flag which he can ignore. And now that unit gets the battle back. So we'll apply the 1 hit from the sword, and now that medium will fight back with 4 dice. So that's 1 hit, 2 hits. And that would be the end of his order. And last, we'll do the heavies. Heavies will attack. And they get to roll 5 dice. Heavies cannot evade. So that's 1, 2, and a retreat because he's not supported. So that's 1 hit, 2 hits. And because he's retreating, he's not able to battle back. And this unit may advance forward. And that would be the end of the order. So just for an example here, we're going to take a look at if you can get a heavy in position up against a light unit, and look at the advantages there. So we have a heavy here. We've ordered him, and we decided to attack. He attacks here with 5 dice against the light bow, who is supported, and he can ignore 1 flag. So that unit has the decision to stand there, take the hits, and fight back with 2 dice, or whether to evade. And in a situation like this, more than likely you're going to evade. The heavy roll is 5 dice, and he rolled 1 hit and a retreat, which he can't ignore. He can ignore the first flag, so he'll come back like that, and he can advance, and that's the end of the turn. That is basically how the infantry works, and that's it for this demo.